Hey everyone, this is Sushi Sweet. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 11 of solving LeetCode question, daily question until I get into a FAANG company. Today's question is 1081 and it is smallest subsequence of distinct characters. The difficulty is medium. Here in this question, we need to return the lexicographically smallest subsequence of S, which contains all the characters present in S. And let's get started. Yeah, so we were able to solve today's question, and let me go through the solution for you guys. I used a vector of where I feed frequency vector where I'm trying to store the frequency of all the elements like A, B, C, all of them which have occurred in the string S. And later on, as we are proceeding to adding element and going forward, what we are doing is we are trying to decrement the frequency so that we know that at a particular pointer how many, if there are any elements after that pointer which are left or not. So current pointer is visited or not. If it is not visited, only then we are like uh, proceeding with the manipulations. And during this manipulation, we are checking on a loop whether the current result is empty or not, and we are checking if the result, the last element of the result is lexicographically greater than the current element. So if it is so, again we are checking that if the last element of the result, if it is present on the right hand side of the current pointer or not. And if it is present, then we are like marking is visited as 0 and we are popping it. Or else, since we need every element from the string, we cannot pop it. So we are just breaking from the while loop over there. And later what we are doing is we are directly adding the current pointer element and we are marking it as is visited. Let me explain this with an example. So we have taken an example of the string CACTBC. We'll be storing the result in R. We currently have counted all the frequency and it is 1131. So as we proceed, after like we start a while loop, so we check that if R has any letter, uh, if R is empty or not, and we check another condition also. Here, since R is empty, we are just what we are doing is we are just adding C, and we are like decreasing the frequency of C as 2, and we also put is visited as 1 because C is in the result, right? Then we go to A. Now what is happening is, now we check that if whether the last element of result, if it is like greater than the current pointer, then what we do is we remove this element. And after removing this element, we see that there is no other element here, and we add A. And okay, while removing this C, what we do is visited of C also, we make it as 0 because it is not present in the current result. And now for A, we'll add it as is visited as 1. And here frequency will be reducing as 0. This frequency is like how many elements are left on the right side of the current pointer. So now we move the current pointer to C and we compare C and A. Since C is like lexicographically greater than A, we do not pop A. And now what do? We just add C here beside A and we decrease the frequency here to 1 because there is only one C left after this, and we also mark it as C is visited. Then we go to D. We check C and D. D is greater than C, so we just add D. And for D, we have to decrement the frequency as 0 and it is visited element, so we add it as 1. Then we go to B. Here now at B, what we have to do is B, since B is being added to D, D is like greater than B, right? But here in the frequency, we notice that there is no other D left on the right side of this pointer, so we cannot pop this D. And since because of that, we just add B here and we make the frequency of B as 0 and we make it visited. And then we go to C, that is the last element. Since C is already visited, we do not do anything. We just decrement the frequency of C and we do not add it. So we return this result ACDB. So that is how this code is working. So thank you for tuning in.